Hey guys, Sunday morning, not that early, slept in a little bit, it's about 8:30. We are on our way on out to the trail. We were going out there for an hour is the goal. I do more of a time-based run with trail running. But yeah, that's the goal for today. I'm going to take you guys along with me, show you guys some of the gear I like to use, and then kind of at the end of the video I'll go over what I have learned about trail running thus far. Once again, nowhere near being an expert in trail running. I am learning myself. I ran a race last week and I got second place. It was just a 10K and it was on mountain bike trails, so that was a challenge all on its own. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go get after it. It's views like this that get me out here trail running. I love road running, like that's my favorite, but you don't get views like this from there. Just look at this. What you thinking, Nug? Doing good? All right. Good deal. Alright guys, so just got done. Didn't quite make it to an hour. 55 minutes. Waiting for my watch to load. So the big thing is I didn't really trust my watch today at all because we had a severe cloud cover because we got a storm rolling in, A, and B, we also were running through like the tree canopies. So that's something like I noticed last week with my race too. So my watch clicked in at 5.5 for a 10K. So 5.5 miles. And it said, you know, my correct time, 38, what was it? It was 38:40 was my time, okay? And the time chip was 6.2, you know, like a 10K would be. So my watch was off by a substantial amount. And I've noticed that with most of my trail runs. But once again, I think that's just because of canopy cover, lack of GPS. As you can see, Tessa, She's actually kind of wore out for once. Bad news was we ran out of water within the first mile because the bottom of my shoe scuffed a tree root, and well, I ate it, and Tessa was still running full speed, so I got dragged for a good 3-4 yards, and the lid to my water bottle came off, and we had no water the entire run. She did. She drank out of the lake. I had none though. Okay, so the stats that my watch claims: 55 minutes, 3 seconds. And I did do probably about 5 minutes of hiking over trees and stuff like that. It's at 6.8 miles, which I think it's closer to 8. 806 per mile, 725 calories burned, which I usually burn about 700 over the course of 8. So my heart rate was steady at around 165. So it wasn't like it was a low heart rate. I was pushing. Very technical trails. But yeah, overall, killer run. We did great. So now we're on our way home. Hey guys, now that we're back at the house, we're gonna go through some key differences between road running and trail running, and some just do's and don'ts so you know what to expect once you guys get out there. So with road running, I use Hoka One One shoes, and as you look here, the bottom of the tread is very thin. It's not very deep. There's not a lot of depth. So there's not a lot of grip for different surfaces. For pavement, it's great, but I would never wear this on anything other than pavement. That being said, these are my Hoka One One Speedgoat 4s, and these are trail running shoes. So the first and main key difference is if you look at the bottom here, there's a nice thick tread made for gripping all different surfaces such as rocks, tree roots. Even when it's all wet, I've never had too much of an issue with traction. Also, there's a synthetic upper here, which is another difference from trail running to road running. You're going to be going through streams or creeks potentially, and your feet are going to get wet. This synthetic upper is extraordinarily breathable, and my feet will dry out pretty quick compared to my road running shoes. Is for somebody such as myself who needs support in their road running shoes, you don't need that same support for trail running. The reason being is that on roads, you're doing that repetitive same foot strike over and over and over. Whereas with trail running, if you're running anything even somewhat technical, your foot strike is not going to be the same way 2 or 3 steps in a row. So overuse injuries are not as big of a deal. You'll feel less joint pain most of the time because you're also landing on a much softer surface. And that's why if you go out there and you're looking for a trail running shoe that has a bunch of support in it, like you would a road running shoe, you're not going to find it. Another key difference between road running and trail running, guys, is actually the use of your tech, right? So all of us runners are absolutely obsessed with our times and our stats and our mileage. That all comes from our watches, right? So what's really important to understand is we are getting less GPS signal underneath that tree canopy. As you saw today during my trail video, I said I ran for 55 minutes and my watch clicked in at 6.8 miles. I have never run 6.8 miles that slowly in my entire life. So obviously I do not believe that that is accurate. I came home, I mapped it out on my computer, and my computer said it was 8.5. Okay, so it's important to use your other resources once you get home, and then you can start comparing stats from there. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions about the video, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get to that. Also, go ahead and follow me at EverydayAthlete101 on Instagram, as well as hitting that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.